Welcome to the Fandom Nights podcast, where we break down pop culture one fandom at a time. I'm Chris.
Oh, I'm Rosie.
I'm Dustin.
And I'm Sherman.
And today we are not talking about Avatar, we're talking about The Mandalorian, Season 2, Episode 1, Chapter 9. That's how they're listed out. They listed out as Chapter 9, so it's kind of interesting. But yeah, Season 2, Episode 1. Holy crap, I've been waiting to talk to you guys about this all morning.
Goodness, right?
There's so many good things. There's so many like callbacks and all this stuff, and you're like, oh, that's
there's
convenient.
tons of Easter eggs.
That's convenient. But you're like, I don't even care. I'm just so excited.
Right.
It was, and I didn't realize it was almost an hour long. And it was,
every episode's like an hour.
No, some of them are like 20 minutes long.
Right,
Oh, by the way, I had to bring my own Baby Yoda into here, because we're talking about Baby Yoda, and my own Baby Yoda had to join us for this.
Hi, baby.
So episode was 33 minutes.
One of the very first ones. I think it was episode 3 of last season.
Huh.
Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know. It was almost like, it was half a movie in length. So it was just really good. So, Dustin, you want to take us through the story?
I don't really have a synopsis of the story, so if you want to start it off.
Okay.
So opening scene, we had...
So, yeah, we didn't break down a whole synopsis. Oh, yeah, come on, baby.
It's okay.
Baby Yoda. So we didn't break down a whole synopsis like we usually do. We're just kind of more of a reaction video. So, how does this start? It starts
opening scene is with him. What planet are they on?
Doesn't say.
I don't know the name.
Where Mando's just walking through like the slums of this like random city, looking for an informant on trying to find more information about searching for other Mandalorians.
Yeah.
So he walks into like a fight ring.
Yeah.
Which has that look of like an old school boxing ring still.
Yeah, but they're like fighting with swords, and the swords were weird because every time they hit the swords, it was like exploding, and I don't know. And then,
but it wasn't normal swords.
And when he was walking through like to the match or whatever, he's walking through these like dark alleys down the corridor of light, and on both sides of him, there's like these weird monster things. I don't know what the heck those were, but
yeah, they don't really show them.
Yeah, just the eyes.
But yeah, and then I don't even know. You know more about Star Wars than me, so like I don't know what the guy's race was who he like goes to talk to. The guy that looks like a Cyclops.
The Cyclops crime lord dude.
Who's voiced by John Leguizamo, by the way. Like that was like fun little fact.
At one point when he was running, I was like, that just looks like Danny DeVito right now.
Yes.
Did they cast Danny DeVito for this?
Not the same thing.
But yeah, he goes in. Then I don't know. The fight scene was pretty cool, but they kept punching him in the face, and I'm like, "What the heck are you doing, punching this dude wearing a helmet in the face?"
Did you see that he used his helmet to block
yes,
a punch?
Did you see that?
Him?
Yes,
yeah,
that amazing
was so
headshot. Yeah, it was really great.
When he threatens him, he's like, "All right, give me the information, and I won't kill you."
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Give me the armor,
I
I'll
won't
peel it
kill
off
you
your dead corpse.
This specific way.
Even though he's the one who's like has guns all trained on him and stuff, he's like,
And then he just flicks his wrist, and you see all the what are they called?
Whistling birds.
Yeah, the whistling
Birds.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm just like, everybody's dead, so you should probably leave.
I just like how Baby Yoda knows what to do. Just
Oh, I know. I laughed so hard at that.
I know. I'm surprised that he didn't bring that little case thing with him when he went to Tatooine. Like, where?
what case thing?
How come he didn't? How come he didn't bring the egg? He like had him in a little satchel the rest of the episode.
Oh,
You think if you're gonna go,
His little bassinet, that's what I call it.
if you're gonna go do all this stuff, you'd bring the thing that can protect him.
I think because he knows he's going to have to travel faster than, like, because that thing seems to go at, like, a walking
I suppose
pace.
he can't hold it while he's on the speed
Well,
bike and
when
stuff.
he was on the last season, when he was trying to get on top of the Jawa crawler, that thing was moving pretty fast to follow him, too.
Yeah, but I mean, like,
But
not
the
as
speeders
fast
go way
as a
faster than-
speeder
yeah.
bike, yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point. He had just because when he in the last episode of the first season, he had him in a little satchel too. Mm-hmm. So yeah, whenever he goes on a speeder, he doesn't take the egg with him. When he's walking, he takes the egg with him.
Right.
And by the way, I just love how he takes the baby with him wherever he goes. Just reminds me of my baby. I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna go do stuff.
Well, he tells the Cyclops guy that because the
Where
guy's
he
like,
goes, I go.
Oh,
yeah,
I know.
this is fight's not really a place for a kid, huh?
Yeah.
Right.
He goes where I go.
Oh, thank you.
I don't know. It's
These are
cool.
notes? Oh, they're daddy's.
Dustin, you got anything about the fight scene?
No, that's about it. Oh, did you guys catch who the last... So when he stabs the one dude and then throws the knife, do you know what the creature was that he threw the knife into was?
Zabrak.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Darth Maul.
Darth Maul.
Oh, what?
Right
What?
without all the tattoos.
He was the...
Oh, I thought he looked familiar.
He was the Zabrak from Death
Yeah.
Matter.
Oh, that's cool.
Possibly, maybe even a Night Brother. Even though they... Well... Maybe they weren't all killed, because in Jedi Fallen Order, there's a ton of them alive on Death. And
Are they more like mercenaries or like honorable kind of like fighters? Because
I mean, in Fallen Order, man, they're crazy good.
but I mean like as a race. I'm saying like because I know you see them in Clone Wars, where they seem to be more like mercenaries for the dark side.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they have like this dark side energy that the Night Sisters use.
Okay.
It's like dark side magic,
Yeah.
essentially. Palpatine actually tries to do it a few times in Rebels. Like when the World of War, or the World Between Worlds, he's using Sith. It's called Sith Alchemy, and that's what he uses to try to. I don't know what he was supposed to do in Rebels, but I think he was trying to attach the Sith Alchemy to Ezra so that his portal would open, so that he could go into the World Between Worlds. Okay. And then if Palpatine ruled the World Between Worlds, there's no point in making Star Wars stuff anymore.
Oh, yeah,
Game over,
He
man.
he controls time and space and matter and all this stuff. It'd be dumb.
Yeah, yeah.
So then after the fight scene, he chases the Danny DeVito dude outside, who's running like a little waddling like penguin almost.
You guys know who John
DeVito.
Leguizamo is?
No.
Have you guys seen latest one? I think most people would see him from John Wick.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah?
Which one?
Oh, is he the short old guy in it?
No, John Wick is the guy who runs the chop shop, like the garage.
That's
like-
the dude who's the Cyclops?
Yeah,
Whoa.
right.
Okay.
Really?
Huh.
He also voices Sid the Sloth from Ice Age.
Okay.
Alright.
For those of you who are watching, I don't know.
Right.
For all the Ice Age fans out there. All the Ice Age connoisseurs.
I was a fan of the first two, and then they just went too far.
Yeah.
Like after the dinosaur one, was like too much for me.
Yeah.
Anyways, this is not talk about Ice Age.
review.
Anyways, yeah. No, so that's who the Cyclops guy is.
Okay.
That's good. to
So,
know.
like, he's
That's
running.
Really funny.
Yeah.
I like how he just like hog-tied him to the pole,
Yes.
Oh yeah, total Batman scene.
and then
Oh, right.
just shot the light out, and then all those. I don't even know what they were because they're just red eyes. But
I know. When he said, "I'm not going to kill you by my
By
hand,"
my
or
hand,
I'm like,
yeah.
"Oh well, something's going to."
Oh, exactly.
Right.
he's still gonna.
But then
die.
he pulled out his gun. I'm like, "Oh, I guess it's technically not by his hand. He's just going to shoot him." But then he shut the
It'll
light,
still
and
be
then I'm
by
like,
his hand, 'cause his
"The
hand's
little
still
demon
trigger.
things."
Yeah.
Because you see him all around the back, like the outskirt of the scene.
Weren't those creatures in last season like once?
I don't
They
think so.
seemed.
Well, they don't
slightly
see. You don't see the
different.
creatures at all. You just see their red
Well,
little
yeah, they're
eyes.
crazy eyes, and you
Yeah.
kind of get an idea that there's like almost like a dog or hyena body to them. At least that's what I envisioned noticing. So
Yeah.
I thought that they looked familiar. The red eye thing was, I don't know, it's
Yeah.
coming back to me from something.
I mean, that's a
Jawas.
very
Yeah. Okay.
George Lucas kind of thing.
Man, we're only on the first little scene here.
Oh, so a little important thing before that Danny DeVito character dies is I'm calling him Danny DeVito. Before he dies, Mando asks him like where the other Mandalorian is because that's what he's
Right.
searching for, and so he said Tatooine or whatever. So we know he's going to Tatooine.
Yeah.
So he goes to.
Which I'm so happy. This whole thing is spoilers. We're going through the whole thing, but well, two things. One, why does he have to find another Mandalorian?
Because it'll help him.
He explains
suppose-
later in the episode when he talks to
I suppose because he has no idea even where to start finding the
girl at the hangar.
Yeah. You think he would go to like where he picked up the baby and like find clues there or something and start there, but he's like, no, I gotta find another Mandalorian. How's another Mandalorian gonna know where Baby Yoda's from.
No, because and this actually works with like the next scene because when he shows back up to Tatooine, he talks to that lady, and he's like, "I need like, have you seen anybody, any other Mandalorians? Because like I need to find one so that I can use like the covert network."
Oh, because he has to get linked back in.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Because if he gets linked back into the network, then there's a lot of people out there that could probably give him some information.
Yeah.
I see. Okay.
Dustin,
So
what was your other
I was like, "Did you watch the
I was
episode?"
going to say that.
No, I didn't get that. I got like he needed to find another Mandalorian so he could travel with him or something, and I'm like, well, that doesn't make sense.
Right.
But okay.
Missing out on the tiny things. You couldn't see one waterbending moment.
Jeez. Okay.
That's gonna be his telescope.
Oh, geez.
Missing out on the little minor waterbending.
That's awesome. So, yeah, he goes to Tatooine or whatever and talks to that woman that had helped him before. And I just thought it was kind of... My mom laughed at like what she was saying, like, I'll buy him off you. No, I'm just kidding, but not really.
Is he for
I like
sale?
that too.
I'm just kidding, but not really.
I like that part too.
And then
She really
I didn't notice this, again, me with the minor details. I didn't notice that R5 was in the first season anywhere, but I saw online that he was in the first season. But I saw him in this episode, and I'm like, oh, she just said R5, but that's R5D4. That's the robot that Luke was going to buy. And then because there was like a scene where you could totally see it from the backside. I feel like they purposely did it where it was like the back of R5's head.
Or the bad modulator.
Yeah, and there was the burn marks or whatever where he blew up, and I'm like, oh, that's cool. So that was my first like.
I'm telling you, like this episode, like they go really into detail on like the small little things that make, fans kind of like giddy about that.
Yeah.
Bringing it full circle like that.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean that. Then we'll get to it, but all the other things that you see that are little callbacks, you're just like, oh my gosh.
Right.
So he goes there. He gets on a speeder bike, goes to the town, and man, this whole episode just huge Western vibes the whole time. I mean, that's the whole feel of the show, but it was just a really good.
Thank you.
I don't know, like the gunslinger coming into the town, and then the law shows up and tells him what it really is like, and just I don't know, it was just really cool.
Yeah.
What was your guys' first thought when you saw Boba's armor?
Oh man, I like almost crap myself.
Well, when I first saw it, I'm like, man, Boba got skinny and tall.
See, for me, I already knew who the character was.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
it wasn't like super mind blowing to me.
Yeah.
Because I've already read where that character came from in the Aftermath novels. But
Yeah. Well, I just didn't know that it was that character. I do remember him from Aftermath, but I didn't realize that he was on Tatooine. I think I only read the first Aftermath book, so
that's where he was.
yeah.
And see, part of
First chapter.
That's kind of one of the things I like about not being like as in or having as much like extra knowledge of Star Wars, because like that was a huge surprise when I see Boba's armor and I was like, what?
Yeah, but like it's just I think the detail just for like the hardcore fans like me and others that like read all the books and read all the comics, like this is a character that was never actually illustrated before, who was just in words, and now they've put him in live action. So
That was
it was just cool.
Josh Duhamel, right?
No, that was
Timothy
Timothy Oliphant.
I was getting him mixed up with him. I don't know why.
They
They look very similar.
Yeah. No, when Rosie and I were watching it, we're like, is that Josh Duhamel? And then I'm like, wait a minute. I don't know, something's off
No, it's
here.
Timothy
And then-
Oliphant.
Yeah.
He does the show
better
Justified.
Yeah, well, he's Dunder Mifflin's famous traveling employee.
Yeah.
Or traveling salesman.
Of
He was
course.
like he was like the recruit. Anyway, we don't
Yeah.
talk about that, but I could tell it was that guy because of the way he was standing as soon as he walked in. I was like, seriously? Like
They cast him
his
as...
yes, exactly. That was my thought. I was like, a little disappointed.
I knew it the second
And-
he started talking.
Yeah.
So like when he says like want to have a drink or whatever, and he goes and sits down on the table and takes his helmet off.
Oh,
You can just tell Mando's like, okay, you're not Mandalorian.
I think
'cause you
they
wouldn't
did
take
that
your
for the
helmet
fans
off.
too, because like even I was like, what? Who the heck is this guy?
Well,
Yeah.
obviously it's not the Mandalorian he was looking for at that moment.
Yeah.
Mando realizes that.
I
Well-
was waiting when he said, "You want to have a drink with me?" I was waiting for the bartender to like put like 2 straws across the table too,
Yeah.
so you could like sip on it underneath the mat.
Is that what he does?
No, he doesn't. Like Because he's not a Mandalorian.
Yeah. No, I'm saying
No, the
Mando.
other guy.
Mando
Yeah.
doesn't drink anything.
He doesn't drink or eat anything ever.
Well, that's
Not
why I
in
was
front of
like
the camera.
expecting like
Right.
a straw.
He's one of those guys who's just always like, I'm gonna take my food to my room.
Can I get that to go?
Yeah, can I get that to go? It's just funny. No, but
Well, and he didn't have all the armor. He had like broken little pieces of it too. So to me, it was like immediately you knew like he's not actually a Mandalorian. And then it's like, who is he? Why does he have it? And I just found it interesting.
I'm pretty sure Boba did not have any leg armor.
yeah, I don't think
he wore
I think Boba
he
Does
wore
Mando?
Interesting.
yeah,
Yeah.
but he just wore different pants than what
Oh.
Cobb Vanth was wearing. But he
Yeah.
had the same chest armor, back plate armor, same helmet,
Yeah.
same rocket launcher.
Yeah. it
That's
was all the
that's
same.
all the same. 'Cause
Which-
that's all he scavenged from.
I was so excited to
Genesis.
see the armor, but then I'm like, that's really ill-fitting. So either Boba Fett, like, the Sarlacc pit was real rough on him, or
I think they gave us the answer on how he survived.
Oh yeah.
That the Krayt Dragon came and ate the Sarlacc,
Oh, for
and
sure.
that's how Boba escaped.
Yeah.
Because it takes 1,000 years to digest something in a Sarlacc pit.
Oh, so that's how
Gross.
he survived, was because the
It's only been
Krayt
5
Dragon-
years,
Right.
so he wasn't
Interesting.
probably just chilling there.
Yeah. Interesting. Gross and interesting.
Yeah, right.
What did he have to do in there to survive?
Because once again, this is after the Empire, but before the First Order, right?
This is 5 years
Right.
after Return of the Jedi.
Okay.
Interesting. Only 5 years too.
Yeah. So then he goes to the bar, and then
So Mando's like, take off that armor.
yeah.
And he's like, well, I realized that when I walked in here that only one of us was walking out.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so they both stand up and they're about to have a duel, and all of a sudden the rumbling starts.
Yeah, and I was so entertained this entire episode. Like, I had no idea what was coming. Sorry, something weird with the camera there again.
Technical difficulties.
Where were we?
We were...
Oh yeah, the Krayt Dragon was going through the town.
Which
Oh, we don't know what it is yet.
Oh, sorry.
because I didn't know what a lot of was happening for this episode. The second I saw that, I just thought it was a bigger Sarlacc.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like,
I know.
I didn't know that Sarlaccs only had to live in pits.
Yeah, I was like, oh, is it a baby Sarlacc
Yeah,
or something?
I thought it was like an adult Sarlacc because
okay, yeah.
I thought the one in Return of the Jedi was like a baby one.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
So I'm just picturing giant Sarlacc. Just all right.
Come here. No. Okay. So yeah, then it eats the bantha, and then
It does not eat the mantha.
It doesn't?
It eats the person instead of the mantha.
No, that's later.
Oh, where
Here.
Because at the town,
Yeah.
when they're at the town,
Oh,
it
at the
goes- it
town.
eats the bantha
Yeah, yeah,
who's
yeah.
like by the watering hole,
Yeah.
Yeah.
or whatever.
And
Yeah,
so,
it's that one.
so basically, then they say, okay, we need to, if you help me kill this thing, I'll give you the armor. Which I don't understand why he's not just like, just give me the armor. But yeah, I don't know. Why didn't he do that? Do you know?
Why didn't you what?
Why didn't he just say, give me the armor or I'll kill you?
Mando?
Yeah.
Because he's a nice guy.
No idea.
He literally just left
He
a guy
has
to die
heart.
like
He
10
has a
minutes ago.
heart.
I know he left the guy to die 10 minutes ago, and
I
this
It was
time
like,
he's like,
oh,
But just like the droid called him out last time, like, I know your feelings. Don't be sad. Remember? And,
well, it's like.
it's
Like if in the U.S. military, if some dude who was in the military saw someone who had like stolen valor, like take that uniform off. No. I'll take the uniform off if you help me go deer hunting. Like, no, take the uniform off.
well, I think it's
No,
more
it's more
because he's
lines of-
protecting the village.
Yeah,
It's not
I
just
suppose.
let's go
Like-
shopping. So,
I suppose. I don't know. I'm
Like
just.
he's wearing the armor for like an honorable cause,
right.
I
but
guess.
That's why he doesn't kill him, because he understands it. He's wearing it as an honorable cause.
Oh, okay.
It's not just, I'm wearing it just because it looks cool. It's like, I'm wearing it because it's a symbol of, like, safety for this town.
Right. Yeah.
But
makes
he
sense.
didn't know that yet either, because he
Yeah.
didn't know who the guy was. He was just like, "Who are you, and why do you have that armor?"
Yes, but this after they talk, then he figures
Right.
it out.
Yes.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
he still agreed to help him, and like that happened in several episodes last year too, where it was like he comes along these people that are like in dire need of his help, and he's just like, "All right, well, let's do what we have to do, and you're gonna pay me a bunch of money, or you're gonna help me do this, or whatever." So it's just another one of those situations. Is how I looked at it.
Yeah. So then they go talk to the Tusken Raiders, or no, they're going to look at where the Great Dragon's from,
And
they run into the Tusken Raiders.
They run into their pets first.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, that was real fun.
Which
Ugh.
other Easter egg? Did you notice what is the guy's name? The character name?
Cobb Vanth.
Yes.
Oh, man. Yeah.
Like what he's riding.
Yes, he was riding
pod
Anakin's.
Yeah, that was
Anakin's
so
pod racer.
exactly. I was like,
If it's not
Easter
his,
eggs.
it's very similar to his, and it was the only one that looked like his. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Right.
That was pretty good.
Yeah.
I was so excited. I'm like, oh, it only has 2 of those little fin things, but they just retrofitted it to make it into a speeder. I don't know, it was super cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I liked how he was just like Mando was just like going along, and then he just like catches up like,
Yeah.
mine's faster than yours, but I'll go at your speed.
I saw some theory online that Cobb has like minor force skills that he kind of like some people think that like Han Solo does, where it's instead of luck, it's like the force kind of using him or him using the force instead of luck.
Mm-hmm.
Where like this guy is really good at getting important objects, I guess, or I don't know.
oh,
Like,
because when he's
drawn-
telling this story.
Like he's drawn to objects that other people aren't drawn to, but they have importance. Like the pod racer, like the armor, just different things like that. So I don't know.
No, I
was
mean,
interesting.
like when he's escaping after the mining federate, like whatever.
The Mining Guild or whatever.
Mining Guild came over to like
Oh
take
yeah,
over
and
the town.
he grabs that.
He
little-
grabs the one case and he's like, "Oh, it just happened to have like these super rare crystals in there. They're
Yeah.
worth a ton of money." I'm like,
Right.
all right, cool.
So they're a
It does
mining-
make sense.
They're a mining guild, so it
Right.
makes sense
Yeah.
why they'd have a war like that.
just sitting on top of their car, like a forgotten
But like,
coffee.
I think it's just more like the luck of like that's the one thing he randomly grabs because he
Right.
has no idea what's in it.
If you notice, it's the same thing as that.
It's the same
Mandalorian
carrying case that he gets the
gets the
best
best
star.
star,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Did you
Yeah.
know that that was actually used back in Empire Strikes Back, and it's actually like an ice maker or something like that?
Really?
Awesome.
I
The concept of the design, like if you look,
Huh.
Yeah, the
Empire
actual
Strikes
like
Back.
object that was turned into the prop
Oh,
is,
okay.
is
An
an
ice
ice
maker.
maker.
Funny.
That's awesome.
So yeah, they go to the Tusken Raiders. The Tusken Raiders show them that they've been sacrificing to the Great Dragon, trying to
Keep them
feed it to slow it down or make it sleep or
Keep it
whatever,
asleep.
keep it docile or whatever they call it. And then they show it happening, and then instead of the Great Dragon eating the bantha, eats the actual Tusken Raider, which is like whoa, okay. And then it goes back in. You think it would come back out for the bantha, but I guess not. It's just
This whole scene, just like everything up to that, like with Mando interacting with the Raiders, is just so amazing.
yeah.
I love the humanization of the Tuscans.
Oh, yeah.
that
Well,
they've been
he was
doing
brushing
so.
one of the teeth of the banthas.
With like a stone.
It's so funny.
Yeah, I don't know if he was brushing them or trying to see if one of the teeth are loose or
Filing
what.
them down or something.
Filing them
Oh,
down.
maybe.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, yeah, it was interesting.
I won't tell you what I first thought.
What did you first think? Well, now you have to tell us.
I thought that they were like coating the teeth with something that would like attract the dragon,
Okay,
like to make it more tasty
I
and
guess.
appetizing.
we're dressing you up.
I mean,
you have a
I mean,
big day
that's
tomorrow.
That's what hunters do. I mean,
Yeah.
it makes sense.
Yeah, that's what my initial thought was.
Here, sprinkle some deer pee on you.
Yeah,
Bucks.
exactly.
Okay, so then that happens, and then they realize, okay, we can't do this alone because they're talking about the Tusken Raiders. It's like it was kind of cool. They're just like talking about their plan, and they
Right.
put the bones out there, and then
That's just scale.
Here, drink this.
No, it's not.
yeah,
Oh,
that's
that
to
was
scale.
what I do.
Drink, no, it's
Oh.
not to scale. And then, yeah, it was just funny. And then I don't know why, but I just remembered and saw that for some reason in episode 4, that there's the skeleton in the middle of the desert when C-3PO goes down to Tatooine at first.
Oh.
That skeleton is a Great Dragon. Yeah, I didn't remember that. And then I saw those bones there, and I'm like, that looks so familiar. And then I looked it up, and oh yeah, that skeleton from C-3PO was a Great Dragon
That's awesome.
skeleton. Yeah.
Man.
So
I-
it was right in
that makes sense.
the beginning. I'm like, oh, Crate Dragon. That's kind of like a new addition. Nope, it's been in there since the beginning.
It just
Are they saying
wasn't called.
crate?
It just wasn't called a Krayt Dragon.
Yeah,
I think they're saying Krayt Dragon.
Crate Dragon. Oh,
I didn't watch it
have
with
it as
subtitles.
Crate too, but
Because I
also-
thought they were saying great. no joke.
the Great Dragon. Oh, I guess. Yeah. So then they have to go to the village.
You laughing at me? I'm like, I didn't watch with subtitles.
Then they have to go to the village, and they got to get the villagers and the Tusken Raiders to join forces together. And there's some tension there. One of the Tusken Raiders is really mishandling some of the high explosives, and it almost starts a little battle right there. But Mando...
No, they're hostile because the Tuskens raid their villages.
Right, yeah. But it was cool. They had that like town meeting, and they're like, okay, if you join with them and give them the carcass once we kill this thing, they're not going to bug you anymore.
And the Icus.
And the Icus? What's that?
Icar.
Or the Icar, sorry, though. It's like an egg, right? Essentially.
Oh,
okay.
the thing
An
they
egg
found.
or a pearl.
No, he says Icar because like it's the actual like whatever's left over. So like
sure.
carcass, like bile, everything.
Yeah, was that, just jumping ahead, was that acid that thing was spitting out on people?
100%.
Yeah?
That was gross.
Because it like didn't show them like dissolving, but I'm like...
But you see them like
it's
screaming in pain.
Right, yeah, that was so crazy. The whole fight, anyway, we'll get to it, but, so then they're forming a plan, and then they decide to put explosives underneath the Krayt Dragon and draw it out. Like, that's the whole plan. And so, yeah, that was... Seemed like a good plan at the time, but then Rosie's like, I don't know why they didn't do the bantha thing in the beginning. And I'm like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, because they already knew that that was what it likes to eat. So I thought when they were, like, loading up the animals with the explosives, I thought that they were already just preparing them and baiting them then, and that they would haul them down there, and that they would use them to just get them right away. But no, they're like, oh, we're gonna, like, dig all these holes and make sure the thing's sleeping a long time, and, like, oh, we gotta do this quick. And then I'm like, also, like, did you guys think about this? Like, he comes up from the sand. Like, how would he not, like, come up and, like, come up above the
I was thinking, yeah, he comes up from the
explosives,
sand,
like-
or, like, he would dig through it, and the explosives would, like,
right,
part.
like, just go around him.
Yeah,
So I was
so
like,
I'm
this
like,
is
it's
such a
not
bad
gonna be a
idea.
good
Like,
idea,
what
but
in the
yeah.
world? And then it's like, oh, well, we'll just put it in, like, the center of the field and, like, draw him out. And he's, like, obviously going to attack you and kill half of your people. Why would you do that? But, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do, I guess.
I don't know. They make it up on the fly, I guess. It seems like the Krayt Dragon likes eating people more than it does
Absolutely.
banthas.
Less gamey.
Less hairy or something.
Yeah, there you go, too.
Man, I don't know why, but I got so
Good stuff.
excited at that scene where the 3 Tusken Raiders went up to the mouth of the cave, and they were all screaming. All 3 of them went like this, and I'm like, are they going to take their masks off? I don't know why.
I did too.
I don't know why I thought
I wanna
that.
see
I was
what-
like, I want to see what that looks like
They're
underneath
not
there.
masks.
They're not? What are they?
They literally, like, mummy wrap their heads.
Well, I know, but I thought that they were going to take the whatever wrappings or whatever off, and I'm like,
Like a
we're gonna
helmet or
see,
something
yeah,
like that.
we're going to see the Tusken Raiders' actual face. I don't know why. And then they started screaming. I'm like, oh, yeah, they're just going like this. But for some reason, I got all excited.
I thought the same thing though.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, and speaking of those 3 Tusken Raiders, 2 of them have guns. One of them's just like, yeah, just send me out with a stick. I'll be fine.
It looked like
was
one
like
of
a
the
pointy
weapons
stick.
on
I
the,
know, but
the things, you
it
know.
was
or
just
something.
funny.
But yeah, like, what are you gonna do with that when you're just like standing
I
at the
don't
mouth
know.
of its cave?
Well, because it looks like the classic Tusken Raider weapon. Because like when you see him like, you know, holding them up like in the first time you see him in episode 4,
Yeah.
like that's what they've got. They're just
Oh, really? Okay. Yeah, I don't know.
Dustin, thoughts?
None?
Yeah, so let's get to the Krayt Dragon fight scene. What'd you guys think?
It wasn't really a fight scene.
They were,
It was a
Battle.
slaughter.
yeah, the battle, whatever. I don't know.
I was like, people are dying left and right.
Right, not going well at all.
It was awesome. I don't know. I was having so much fun. It was so shocking. As soon as he started like spitting that acid, I'm like, holy
Yeah.
crap! This is
Yeah.
like way more intense than I thought it was gonna be.
I did
And
not
then
see that coming.
I at one point I like pushed the up button so I could see how much left of the video there was, because I was like, hopefully they don't like just leave us on some cliffhanger or something. I'm like, oh, we got plenty of time left. They're gonna finish this battle. This is gonna be good.
What was that name
What?
at the very end?
Huh?
I'm reading your notes. Was that actually Boba at the very end?
Yes.
What?
Yeah. You didn't know that?
No.
What?
Because like he looks so old, like I couldn't tell who
It's
the hell
the
it
same
was.
actor and everything.
Well, it's not
Spoiler
the same
alert.
actor who played Boba Fett. It's the same actor who played his father, Jango
Jango.
Fett,
Right, right.
in the clones.
But like he's completely bald
It
and
also
like
doesn't mean it's necessarily Boba. It could be
A different clone.
It could be a clone. It could be Rex. It could be anything.
Well, the clone
But
would be a
judge-
lot older.
Exactly.
At this point.
Judging
yeah.
on the age, it's more fitting to be Boba.
Yeah. So, yeah, Krayt Dragon fight scene, pretty sweet. He keeps diving under the ground, and you're like, where's he going to come up? I don't know how he can travel so
That
fast
was-
underground.
yeah,
They
that
go
was
up in a mountain
surprising
and way
too.
back behind you, and they come out of the hole, and he's just all over the place.
Right.
He's like burrowing through rocks, and like it's kind of obviously way unbelievable, but then you see his
earthbending.
face and stuff, and you're like, okay, it's totally believable. That thing has a very rocky face.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a thing for like a lot of different like pop cultures or like fantasy stuff too.
Yeah. Tremors.
Tremors,
That's exactly what it was.
right?
When I saw the thing swimming underneath the city, I'm like, is Kevin Bacon in this thing?
Even
Exactly
even
what
D&D
Mom said.
has,
Really?
has that.
Not Kevin Bacon, but she was like, "Oh, this is Tremors." And I
Yeah.
was like, "No, almost, but no, it's Star Wars." Still.
Almost.
I can't believe
Well,
they made
kind of
another Tremors,
exactly Tremors, but I mean, no, it's not it. But it is pretty much exactly like Tremors, except for the acid stuff. That was pretty crazy.
No, Rhea.
Oh no!
Yay.
I would say just keep that in there.
The camera fell. Okay, come on.
Okay, Rhea. Come over here.
All right.
She's like, what did I do?
Yeah, so they fight the dragon. Mando is like, I'll take care of this. And he grabs the bantha that's loaded up with the explosives and gets, what's his name? I keep forgetting
Cobb.
his name. Cobb
Cobb Vanth.
He gets him to come over, and I like how he's like, what's your plan? You take care of the kid. And he hits Boba Fett, or Boba Fett's armor, in the back, just like Han did, and he flies off. You know how Han on the speeder or whatever? He's like, Boba Fett's here, and he bumps into him, and then he flies off into the star. He does the same exact thing here. So it was
on
really
purpose.
right, but it was just cool that it was kind of like a little callback.
And he didn't know. Like, he wasn't
Yeah.
expecting it.
And so he flies off. It's just crazy. He's like, I don't know if I'm going to survive this, but take care of the kid. Because he can, like, tell that he's, like, a good guy, you know? It's just really cool.
No.
And then he goes in there, the dragon eats it, goes underground, and you're like, obviously he can't die, but what the heck's going to happen? And then the dragon comes back up, and he's just electrocuting the thing from the inside.
Well, that's
Yeah.
what like the tines on his gun do.
Same thing. He executes that like whale thing in the very, very 1st episode.
Yeah, I don't know, it was just super cool.
It was.
Yeah. And then he detonates the thing, and the thing just blows up, and I don't know. It was a pretty sweet fight scene.
Yes. Disgusting, but cool.
Yeah, I know. It was disgusting but cool. Like, oh, awesome, gross, awesome, gross, awesome, gross. And, yeah.
To quote Lion King, slimy yet satisfied.
Perfect. Yeah.
Okay,
and
wait
it-
a second.
what?
We have to get back to Baby Yoda. Cause,
Oh, yeah, we haven't even
let's
talked
be
about Baby
honest.
Yoda once this
Baby
whole time.
Yoda
What the heck?
was so cute.
We have our own right here.
And I loved how Baby Yoda is like more expressive and he has more comments and he's I said to Chris, I'm like, oh, Baby Yoda's growing up just like our baby.
Even though
it's
it's
just so cute.
in his time, he's still 50 years old.
Well, yes,
Yeah.
of course, but
Yeah.
it was
But-
just great. 'cause
She
again,
wants to yank out that
I know
corner.
she wants to yank on the camera again. Okay, so yeah, Baby Yoda was just so cute, and I loved how he's in the satchel the whole time, and I loved how Mando like got off the speeder bike, and then he just like left him in the satchel, and then Baby Yoda's like, okay, I'll come down, and then he hides in the little spit bucket when the when the dragon goes by the town.
Yes,
He
at the
comes out,
beginning.
he's like in the like gross little spit bucket thing.
Yeah.
It's just so funny.
yeah.
I fully expected Baby Yoda to have some part to play in stopping the dragon.
Oh, yeah.
I
But-
expected that
but he
too,
didn't.
and then I was pleasantly surprised that he just was like, nope, I'm just gonna be a baby over here.
Yep, he's just along for the ride on this one.
Yep.
But
It was
yeah.
really great.
And then I'm sure I'm missing something, but then it basically ends with him getting the armor, and then him driving away on a speeder, and then you just see a figure watching him drive away on the speeder, and it turns around and it's
Tamir Morrison.
Boba Fett.
Dun,
I mean, it's
dun,
Jango
dun.
Fett. Jango Fett actor, Boba Fett character. Yeah.
Tamir Morrison.
Yes.
Yeah,
This is
for
really
some
cool.
reason I did not like notice that at all.
Didn't you watch the episode?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. I don't know. He's all like scarred up and stuff, and you're just like, holy crap, something crazy happened to that guy.
Yeah. There's definitely a story behind that.
I like how that scene just pops up as number one.
Yeah. All right. Well, Do you guys have anything else for this episode? Anything else you want to talk about?
What was your favorite part? Wait, are you excited for the next episode?
How can you not be?
Well, yeah, sure. Well, let's just go really quick. What was your favorite part? Just go.
Oh, man.
I liked all the callbacks and tying the worlds together and seeing Anakin's pod racer again, seeing R5, seeing and culminating in seeing Boba
Right.
Fett's armor. Like, I don't know, it just made me happy. So, Rosie, what was your favorite part?
I guess when Mando actually finally destroys the big monster the way I expected them to initially do it, I was like, finally,
you
just
finally
do it.
listened to me.
Okay, good. Thank you. And I mean, Baby Yoda's always entertaining, so pretty much enjoyed every moment with him in it. That was great.
That's good.
Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah, I had a hard time looking at, like, seeing anything past, like, a lot of, like, the scars and just the major aging on his face.
Yeah. Yeah. Dustin, what was your favorite part?
I love how,
Looking at
like,
it.
I love
You're looking at it, Tamir Morrison.
I love how in depth, like, you're just like, is he actually Boba, or like, is he like a different? Because see, it's tough because you don't know what he's gone through in the last
5 years.
5 years.
Yeah.
But he looks so much older.
Yeah. I didn't honestly recognize the actor. I just assumed that, he has a little gun thing, and it's got to be Boba Fett. But, and then obviously all the comments online, like, it's the same actor. I'm like, sweet. But,
Yeah, I think
Sherman,
it's Boba
your favorite
Fett.
part?
Gotta be Boba Fett.
Great Dragon.
No, honestly, my favorite part is probably the standoff between him and Cobb. Like, just like
In the
how,
bar.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he's just like, take it off, or I'll take it off.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. So, yeah, that's Mandalorian.
He's far more passionate than like a lot of like the other Mandalorians you see in the first season.
Right.
And I'm just like,
Yeah, it's really cool.
I think he realizes that he's like one of the last ones,
Like-
at least that he knows of. Because he's searching for other ones, because all the ones he knows of are dead.
right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So yeah, that's Mandalorian, season 1 episode.
So,
Season 2 episode 1.
with that as like a spoiler towards the end of it, like seeing like either Boba or a different like one of the clones, like whoever it is, what kind of interaction would Mando have with him, knowing that he took the armor off and his helmet off?
But did he do it
What?
purposely? Probably
So like, because
Oh,
you're
right.
not like,
Yeah, because Boba Fett doesn't
I
have
suppose
his armor
he's.
on.
I mean,
I'm
like,
curious to find
kinda
out
has that
why
hermit
his
lifestyle, but
why his armor's off. Yeah, like what the heck happened? But he's still alive. Why didn't he go hunt down his armor? Like what? I don't know. There's a lot of what ifs.
because
in
like
this episode.
I mean that proves that like the actual like information that he got was correct. There wasn't another actual Mandalorian on
Right.
Tatooine.
Mm-hmm. He's not a Mandalorian.
Not anymore.
No, Jango or Boba are not actual Mandalorians. They only wear the armor.
Okay.
Oh really?
All right.
Huh.
I did not know that.
Well, I suppose yeah. Because well, I mean, Django keeps taking his helmet off like every time you see him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I mean, like you never see Boba's real face.
No.
Only Kid Boba.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
Which I
Alright.
doubt you're gonna have like a little kid like running around with a kid-sized helmet on.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, he uses his dad's helmet.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Cool. All right. Well, that was Mandalorian season 2, episode 1, chapter 9. Very confusing, but
Got it, first try.
yeah. Dustin, take us out.
Alright, thanks guys for watching this Chepisode of Phantom Nights. Be sure to check us out on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, and always subscribe. Thank you guys.
This is the way.
This is the way.
This is the way.
I have spoken.
Okay.